ever wondered why we are so often prisoners of our own thoughts? Why a single comment online, a glance, a small misunderstanding can follow us for hours or even days? We believe ourselves free, and yet we are tied to invisible strings of expectation. The world should be as we imagine it. People should see us as we wish to be seen. And when they don't, we feel hurt, sometimes even shattered. But what if the truth is different? What if the key to freedom is not in mastering the world, but in mastering ourselves? Nearly 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, asked these very questions. In his private writings, never meant for the public, he searched for answers. And the words he left behind still echo in our time. The question remains, are we ready to listen?
There are evenings when the world seems to slow. The sky darkens, street lamps flicker, and the city grows quieter. And suddenly, we hear our own thoughts more clearly, like a voice usually lost in the noise. And that voice asks, why do you rush? Why do you compare yourself? Why do you seek approval in eyes that barely know you? We are like waves, endlessly crashing against the rocks. We struggle, we push, we fight to move the stone, yet the rock remains. Perhaps it was never about breaking the rock. Perhaps it is about remembering that we are the sea itself, vast, deep, full of strength, never reduced to a single crash. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A sentence so simple and yet as heavy as a mountain. Because who among us truly lives this way? Who can stand in the middle of a storm and say, "I am calm because my inner self is calm"? Maybe serenity begins not where the world is perfect, but where we stop demanding perfection from it.
Lesson 1. The Art of Control. Stoicism divides the world into two spheres. What we can control are thoughts, decisions, actions, and what we never can, the course of nature, other people, chance. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you are harmed by anything, it is not the thing itself, but your opinion of it. For example, someone insults you. The word itself is just air, a sound. It becomes poison only through your judgment. If you choose not to take it in, it loses its power. Here lies the first lesson. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of your response.
Lesson 2. Perception is reality. Everything we see passes through the filter of the mind. Rain is only rain, yet one person calls it a curse, another calls it peace. Stoicism teaches things are neutral. It is we who label them good, bad, tragic, beautiful. When we learn to see the world with clear eyes, we take away its power to tear us apart. Lesson 2. Change your perspective, and the world changes with it.
Lesson 3. Accepting impermanence. We cling to things as if they were eternal.
possessions, beauty, recognition, but everything flows. Everything passes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Consider how quickly all things are forgotten." It sounds harsh, almost nihilistic, but it can also be liberating. If nothing lasts, why waste so much energy on the trivial? Lesson 3. Impermanence is not an enemy, but a reminder to value the present instead of being trapped in yesterday or tomorrow. Lesson 4. Virtue over ego. For Marcus, the highest good was not wealth, not fame, but virtue, to act justly, to remain honest, to serve the greater whole. He, the most powerful man of his age, wrote to himself, "Act with humility, act with justice, act for others." If even an emperor warned himself not to be ruled by ego, how much more should we? Lesson 4. True worth is not in what we own, but in how we act.
Lesson 5. Inner peace. Everything leads here. The goal is not outer happiness, but inner calm. For outer happiness is fragile. It depends on luck, on people, on things that slip away. But inner peace is independent. It lives in the way we relate to ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not seek for happiness outside. It lies within." Lesson 5. The highest freedom is to rest in yourself.
How do we live this here in the modern world? Imagine you miss the bus. Before, frustration, stress, rushing. Stoic response: I cannot bring the bus back, but I can choose whether to hurry or to breathe in these few minutes. Or, on social media, you see others seemingly more successful, more beautiful, more happy. Before, comparison, envy, doubt. Stoic response: these are images, not truths. My worth is not measured by how others stage their lives. Or, a friend disappoints you. Before, bitterness. Stoic response: I cannot control his actions, but I can choose whether to stay fair, to forgive, to remain in peace. The point is not to become cold. The point is to become free, free from wasting energy on what cannot be changed, so that we can invest it in what is ours to shape: our attitude, our actions, our love.
Perhaps life is not a battle we must win. Perhaps it is a dance with the unpredictable, with impermanence, with ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote his reflections only for himself, and yet, after almost 2,000 years, they speak to us still, like quiet voices from the past. They remind us, the peace we seek is not out there in the world. It is already within us. The question is, when silence comes tonight and you look inside yourself, will you find restlessness? Or will you perhaps begin to notice a small, steady flame of peace?